Hey everybody, it's your old pal John, the history buff. Just reminding you that if you're interested in history, that kind of does make you a history buff. You don't have to know everything. So it's a lifelong, yearning to learn. Get a lot of comments about that stuff. It was just on my mind as we were starting up today. And also, as a historian, it means that you're more of a detective. It doesn't mean that you know everything about history. Those are know-it-alls. And you can look at the comments for that. All right, so this is top 10 places to visit in the UK. I would love to visit. So feel free to start a GoFundMe to get me over there. And let me know if you have an extra bed.
What's up, guys? My name is Ryan Shirley, and I spent the last few years exploring the United Kingdom.
Ryan Shirley.
And I want to show you my favorite places. So here's my UK top 10.
Okay. Oh, that is gorgeous.
The United Kingdom is made up of the countries of England, Wales, Northern Ireland, and Scotland. If you want to go back in time and feel like you're in a fairy tale or a Harry Potter film, the UK is the place for you. It's easy to see why so many myths and legends were born here. It's one of the world's most enchanting places. Alright, so for our first location, we're going to go visit possibly the most iconic city in the world, London. I've traveled more to London than any other international destination. I have to say it's my favorite city in the world, and I just keep coming back. Everything from the double-decker buses to the energy of Piccadilly Circus makes the city feel so alive. There's just so many places to see. You can check out the iconic Big Ben and walk across the bridge to see the Palace of Westminster. There's the Tower Bridge, which is possibly the most famous bridge in all of London. You can go see the Stoic Guards at Buckingham Palace or take a ride on the London Eye. If you haven't already been to London, I'd highly recommend visiting when you can. It's hard to beat the London atmosphere. There's no city like it in the world. All right.
Nice. Okay, yes, I do want to do all the touristy stuff. Very sorry, because I know you all probably hate that, but I really would like to, I really would love to see London. My wife's been through there, through connecting flights, same with me, but never stopped, unfortunately, for any sort of meaningful length of time. Geez, there's a lot I would love to see. Yeah. God, guys are such great history in that city.
So after exploring London, we're going to make the 2-hour drive over to Stonehenge. Located in Wiltshire, England, lies one of the most famous man-made rock structures in the world. There's a lot of mystery surrounding Stonehenge, like what was its purpose and how was it made. Archaeologists believe it was constructed back between 3000 to 2000 BC. Stonehenge consists of a ring of rocks, each being around 13 feet high and weighing nearly 25 tons each. It's unclear what the exact purpose of Stonehenge was. It's believed that it was used as an astronomical observatory or a religious site. Either way, it sure makes you stop and think how people thousands of years ago were able to construct this. Alright, so
Stonehenge was created after the pyramids. The pyramids are older, I guess. Okay. The other thing is, I have a friend of mine, I don't know if he is watching this or not, Native American, and we were looking at an article more recently, like within the past year or two, that it was saying that, we're making the argument for, I guess, that it had to do with the summer solstice. It had to do with planting. Now, I'm sure after all this time, everybody's got their own, like there are all sorts of theories about it, just like everything else. But that was my understanding, was that it was basically a... the height of the summer solstice, or at least either that or when it started, and that they also know where the stones came from. As to how they got there, I don't know, but there was something about, like, they found where they came from and a little more information about, like, rolling on wood. Anyway.
After Stonehenge, we're going to head on over to the Jurassic Coast.
Yes.
While you won't find any dinosaurs here, you might find some fossils on the beach. The Jurassic Coast.
I would love to go here. And I even heard that if I'm, and I could be way wrong, but this guy's not a historian, but I heard that they RAF and the U.S. Air Corps, I don't think it was the Air Force at the time, were using it to do bombing runs on it. Like because it was such a great target. Anyway, And now I look at that, I'm like, why would you guys do that? This is so beautiful.
Is England's only natural World Heritage Site, and it's become popular with its white cliffs and picturesque beaches that are full of fossils formed over 65 million years ago. One of the most famous spots on the Jurassic Coast is Durdle Door. It's this limestone arch that goes straight into the ocean. There's a great beach there, and I just can't think of a better place to spend during the hot English summers. One of my
Have you been there? Durdle Door? Or have you been to the Jurassic Cliffs?
favorite spots on the Jurassic Coast is Old Harry's Rocks. Now, special thanks to my friend David Rule for providing this footage. He has an awesome Instagram and YouTube that I'll provide in the description below. I remember the first time I saw his picture of this place, and I was just baffled by the scenery there. The Old Harry Rocks are these sea stacks that are made completely out of chalk that mark the end of the Jurassic Coast. In World War II, the stacks were used as target practice for pilots, so that's kind of crazy. I just love the combination of the green meadows with the white cliffs and the blue ocean. I mean, it's just hard to beat that scenery. All right, so after the Jurassic Coast, we're going to head up north to visit the country of Wales. Now, Wales is located in the southwest part of Great Britain.
Insert joke here for the Welsh, I guess, because that's like, I don't know, a thing you guys do.
And it's famous for its mountainous national parks, picturesque coastline, and distinct Welsh language. One of the most scenic places in Wales is the Snowdon National Park. It's a region in northwest Wales that is known for its mountains and lakes. The highest peak in Wales, Mount Snowdon, is located in the park with an elevation of 10,085 meters. You can hike on up there, or you can take the Snowdon Mountain Railway to the top. If you're lucky, you might be able to see Ireland across the sea. Alright, so after Wales, we're going to head to the Isle of Man. Now, located in the Irish Sea, right between England and Ireland, lies a rugged island known for its rural landscapes and medieval castles. While it's technically not part of the United Kingdom, it has status of crown dependency, and the UK is responsible for its defense and external relations.
What's an example of another country? Maybe you guys could help me out here. That's actually what I'm asking you for, is help. But what would be the equivalent of the Isle of Man that I might know of? Like, its status? Because I'm not going to lie. Trying to understand the UK, after everyone's like, look, just call it Great Britain. So I don't offend anybody, I guess. But just trying to understand that. I mean, it's not easy. And for those of you who say it is easy, okay, I want you to go to a map in the United States and point where Nebraska is, and then point to where Kansas is. It's about how hard it is for me, and it's a problem with our education system, so I'm learning later in life, I guess.
Isle of Man has had an interesting history. Humans have lived on it since 6500 BC, and in the 19th century it was ruled by Norway. But in 1266 the island became part of Scotland, and now it is a self-governing isle. An interesting place on the Isle of Man is Peel Castle. It was constructed by Vikings in the 11th century and just sits right on the ocean. I mean, it's a pretty cool castle.
That is cool.
Alright, so after the Isle of Man, we're going to head across.
You guys have such awesome history. Oh, man.
Across the sea to visit Northern Ireland. Now, Ireland is full of just beautiful scenery, dramatic coastal cliffs, and countless castles.
And
Back
Irish.
in 1921, Ireland was split into Northern and Southern Ireland as a result of the Government of Ireland Act of 1920. While Southern Ireland became a free Irish state, Northern Ireland remained within the United Kingdom. The capital of Northern Ireland is the city of Belfast, which is the birthplace of the Titanic ship. One of the most iconic places in Northern Ireland is the Dark Hedges. It's this road lined with beech trees planted in the 18th century. It was used as a filming location for the Game of Thrones. On the northern coast, you can check out the Carrick Already rope bridge or see the basalt columns at the Giant's Causeway.
The Giant's Causeway. That is a place I would love to go see. I'm sure it's a huge tourist destination, but oh man, that is on my bucket list.
I mean, there's just so much history and beauty in Ireland, and it just makes me want to go there and explore. All right, so for our next
I hear you, brother.
We're going to head to Scotland to visit the Isle of Skye. This is probably my all-time favorite place in the UK. You literally feel like you're in a fairy tale when you visit there. I was lucky enough to go to the Isle of Skye last summer, and it's about a 5-hour drive from Edinburgh. One of the most impressive places in the...
Did he say that right? Edinburgh? I was always told it was Edinburgh. And then there was like, oh, that's the most American way to say it. Edinburgh.
Isle of Skye is the old Man of Storr. It's one of my all-time favorite rock formations. I felt like I was on the set of Game of Thrones when I was there. Now to get to the old Man of Storr, it's about a 4-kilometer hike. You'll walk through some conservation gates and you'll reach the famous rock pinnacles. I went for sunrise and sunset and both occasions were breathtaking. When I was there was just like crows flying around the rock and there were some sheep running around. I mean, it was just a magical
All right, there you go for all you sheep shaggers.
place. So the legend of the old Man of Storr is supposedly a giant lived there a long time ago, and when he was buried, his thumb was left sticking out of the ground. When you go there, it's easy to see why it's one of the world's most iconic rock formations. It's one of my all-time favorite places, and I recommend everyone to see it at least once in their life. Just a few minutes away from the old Man of Storr, there is a breathtaking waterfall called Meout Falls.
Nice.
It cascades down at the ocean. There's
Beautiful.
a nice viewpoint where you can look at the waterfall. The surrounding sea cliffs in the area are also stunning. One of the most famous is Kilt Rock, which are right by Meout Falls.
Okay, now I know why they call it that.
Area. There aren't many waterfalls that fall straight into the ocean. If you're looking to
True.
find some ferries, you may want
That's true. I don't know of many that go straight into the ocean.
to check out the ferry pools. There are these picturesque blue pools that lie at the base of the black colons. When I was there were so many midges, I didn't dare get close to water, so make sure you bring some bug spray. If you want to do a beautiful hike, I'd also recommend visiting the Korang. It's one of the most beautiful areas in the Isle of Skye. You feel like you're walking on a giant golf course. I found this crazy vantage point to get a good 360 view of the whole area. Alright, so
Cool.
after the Isle of Skye, we're going to head over to the nearby Eilean Donan Castle. If you're driving to the Isle of Skye, you will drive right by this. It's one of my favorite castles in the UK, situated on a small tidal island at the point where the three great sea locks meet. The castle was built in the 13th century. I'm so mad at myself, I didn't visit the castle when I was there. I wasn't able to check it out.
Yeah,
that's one of my
man.
biggest regrets.
I
of when
totally
visited
would have
the UK,
gone.
So don't make the same mistake I made. Alright, so after castle, we're going to head over to one of Scotland's most iconic locations, the Glenfinnan Viaduct. It's located at the top of Loch Shiel in the West Highlands of Scotland. It was completed around 1898. This may look familiar because it was featured in the Harry Potter films. When I was there, I wanted...
Wait, 1898? It looks like it was created in the style of the Roman aqueducts. All right, but it's a viaduct. Well, okay, all right. And all right, yeah. I know it from Harry Potter. I don't know anything else about it. I should.
wanted to get close to the bridge, so I walked underneath it. I was just shook by how big it actually was. After I hiked to the top to get a good vantage point so I could see the famous train go across the viaduct.
Yeah, it's
really
cool.
Reminds you of those Harry Potter movies. Alright, so after Glenfinnan, we're going to head over to Edinburgh. Now, if you want to go back in time, Edinburgh is a must. It's where J.K. Rowling wrote her Harry Potter novels. When I started traveling, this was one of the first cities I visited. It's a medieval old town with intricate neoclassical buildings, cobblestone streets, and beautiful gardens.
Nice.
The iconic Edinburgh Castle overlooks the city and is home to Scotland's crown jewels.
So when I was in, I don't know if I told you guys, but years ago I was in operations and security for a chain of jewelry stores, and one of our top customers had a castle just outside of Edinburgh, Edinburgh. I hope, yeah. And oh man, she loved it, and she was Scottish, of course. I think she's still alive. I don't know, but yeah, that was about 15 years ago. She retired up there to her castle. Oh man, she liked her jewelry.
I was there, I didn't go into the castle because I was being too cheap, but one of my favorite places was Calton Hill. It offers a beautiful...
Dude, you can't be cheap. You got to keep the castles up to date. Got to pay the money to see the place. Come
view
on.
of the whole entire city. While we're still in Edinburgh, we're going to head over to Arthur's
Oh,
Seat.
wow.
Now, Arthur's Seat is located in Holyrood Park, and it's a short walk from Edinburgh Centre. Arthur's Seat is an extinct volcano with an elevation of 823 feet. When I was there, I wanted to get as high as I could so I could see all of Edinburgh. I made
Bet
a
you
hike
did.
up, and I reached the top. It was just so windy when I was there, nearly blew me over. After I hiked to the top, I had a good time just hiking around
That's
Holyrood
cool.
Park and enjoying the views of one of UK's most iconic cities. Alright, well that is it for my United Kingdom top 10. The UK is just such a unique region in the world, and I hope
Yeah.
all can witness its beauty and history. What was your...
Oh, that was eye pouring. All right, what was your favorite part? I'm guessing like mine. Man, that's hard to say. I don't know. I don't have one. Maybe the Jurassic Coast. I would love to see that just because it's natural. I have a, I don't know, but and the film footage, it really is visual porn. This is, well, that's kind of weird to say, I guess, because that's not being specific enough. But this is really fantastic, and of course, everything is very green. Oh man, that's just so cool looking. All right, let me know your favorite ones. All right, guys. Don't forget to comment down below, share it out to your friends, give it a thumbs up if you like it, and please consider subscribing to the channel. By the way, shameless plug, we do have merch. Every little bit helps so I can keep doing this. Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you all soon. And oh, you can become a member too. An idea. Get some one-on-one stuff, one-on-one time. All right, talk to you guys later. Be good, stay safe.